uh, Zulaika Lopez. Good morning po sa inyong lahat mga kabayan. Johnny the Bagger uli ang inyong abang lingkod. Pag-usapan natin ngayon ito, Zulaika Lopez hindi na po isasalang ng prosecution. Bakit po? Dahil po yung kanyang magiging papel, putek na yan, dahil po sa maangas, aggressive, barubal na diskarte nito ni Attorney Vinluan, kinumpleto ni Attorney Vinluan. So another frustration sa side po ng mga depensa kung tutuusin. Kasi unang-una, ito yung asahan ninyo dyan ha. Kung magte-testify si Zulaika, definitely other than doon sa mga itatanong sa kanya na yes or no lang kasi based on facts na na patutunayan niya, 'di ba? May mga ibang bagay pa na hindi po yan aayon sa prosecution. Pero depende sa diskarte ng prosecution paano siya pigain. And take note, she is also a lawyer. Baka nga mas mataas pa yung grade niya kaysa kay Sara. 'Di ba? Because she's smart. Oh. So, pagkatapos po kasi ng impeachment hearing kagabi, etong si Attorney Lorna Kapunan, nagmanifest at sinabi niya na hindi na nga nila ito ihaharap.
That we find it totally unnecessary, redundant, and a surplusage to still present Attorney Zulaika Lopez and as well Captain Belinda Bello. Let me just state for the record the reasons why. Had we been able to present Attorney Zulaika Lopez, she would have proven three things, or we would want to have proven three things. First, that she was personally present inside that detention center when the Vice President uttered the video, Exhibit P-4-10, when she uttered the statements that she had already contracted a killer, and you have heard this already before, and so on, to kill the President, the First Lady, and the Speaker of the House. That would have been the first offer of testimony, that she was personally present inside that detention center when the Vice President uttered those statements.
Yun lang yung isa sa mga patutunayan niya na siya ay nandun sa loob. Natural. Hindi pa pasinungalingan ni Zulaika yan kasi siya yung may-ari ng presscon na yun eh. Presscon niya yun na nagrereklamo siya. 'Di ba? Na ayaw niya kasing magpalipat sa Women's Correctional. Lalo na't gabing-gabi. Hindi ko rin naman maintindihan ang House of Representatives bakit natinag kay Sara. 'Di ba? Binakuran ni Sara. Doon nagtatambay si Sara sa opisina ni Pulong. Alang hiya. So ngayon, para kasi nga malaki raw gas, susubok sa yung aircon, iilawan mo kasi parang isang switch lang, sabay-sabay, centralized kasi. Then gabi, ililipat nila. Ayun na, doon na, nagdrama si Sara.
Admitted already.
Si Zulaika.
Admitted by no less than Attorney Vinluan here.
Very good, Attorney Vinluan. Yung trabaho nila, napaiksi. Isipin mo, buong maghapon halos yan. Isasalang si Zulaika. Asahan mo pa yung biglang may magwawala dyan na Sara Duterte. Di ba? Sabi ng mga DDS, natakot daw po ang prosecution kay Zulaika at kay Sara. Kaya hindi na po nila pasasampahin etong si Zulaika Lopez. Ang lalakas din ng mga taong ito utuin mga sarili nila eh. Redundant. Ibig sabihin, paulit-ulit na lang. Itong kasing dalawang witnesses nila, diba? Yung first two witnesses ng prosecution, na-establish na nila. Sabi nga mismo ni yung dating Associate Justice ng Korte Suprema, na-establish na raw, sabi ni Ascuna, nung unang witness, yung criminal intent. Doon sa cross-exam and redirect cross-examination nila. Etong kay Zulaika, wala, redundant lang din.
who in his closing remarks or opening remarks mentioned more than 10 times that that press conference occurred. Attorney Zulueta and the Vice President was there, and that in that press conference or a live broadcast, the Vice President did utter the statements we have heard time and again. Exhibit P-4-10. Although Attorney Vinluan says yes, 10 times, I counted just now. I counted that the admission there as to the utterance was made 10 times. Although Attorney Vinluan did say that it is a matter of interpretation. He says that the Vice President did not act as Vice President when she made those utterances. He attempted to give a humane picture to the Vice President that she had reacted as mother, sister, brother, no. And that she was not reacting in her capacity as Vice President. But in that statement that Attorney Vinluan mentioned, there was admission as to the utterances being made more than 10 times. He said, our interpretation is wrong, but again, that is left to the discretion of this court. So that was the first offer.
Very professional nga daw si Attorney Vinluan. Kita nyo naman. Yung trabaho ng kalaban nila, no, tinapos niya na.
Fact that there were utterances made in a press conference and that Attorney Zulueta was president. No need to present Attorney Lopez for this purpose. Secondly, our second purpose was that Attorney Zulueta Lopez was
Zulaika.
not only present, but so were other media personnel present there who heard the utterances of the Vice President. And lastly, we would have offered Attorney Zulueta Lopez Zulaika Lopez to confirm the authenticity and the provenance of that video. Exhibit P-4-10. Totally unnecessary. Because why? Because the defense themselves used the very same video, said exhibit, in their defense when they showed Attorney Zulueta crying and allegedly complaining about the violation of our human rights. So by their own admission, there is no question about this video. And so it is our contention, and we hereby manifest that with these admissions on file, and thank you to the senator judges for the clarificatory questions propounded. And I'd specifically like...
Masingit ko lang din. Nung merong isang instance na, sa day before, nung kahapon, si Tito Soto, di ba, tumayo? Sabi nga niya, hindi naman kinakailangan na, kasi, alamin pa, kasi nandun na sila. Di ba? Ano ko lang pabor yun sa, sa prosecution. Yun nga yung pinagpapasalamat nito Kasi, pag nagtanong ng mga clarificatory questions ang mga senador, hindi maka-oppose ang prosecution, hindi maka-oppose ang defense. So malaya yung mga senador. Meron pa nga isang instance na nangyari dyan, mga kabayan. Si Bongo. No? Di ko lang naitabi yung video Iniready ko na kagabi sana Si Bongo, kakatanong-tanong ni Bongo ang nangyari. Pinagpaliwanag pa niya etong si Lotok. Di na-establish ni Lotok yung krimen na inciting to sedition ni Sara Duterte.
To say thank you to Senator Tito Sen, Vicente Soto, for, in his brief statement, by virtue of clarificatory, brought us back to what this trial is all about. We are not a criminal court, and much time has been spent. Is there grave threats? Is there inciting to sedition? All of this is relevant. But in the context of, is it by doing these grave threats and by inciting to sedition, does it make the Vice President a violator of the Constitution? Does it make her a violator of her solemn oath of office? Is this a high crime? Is this betrayal of public trust? That is what this impeachment is all about. It is not what Attorney Binluan says. If it is grave threats, by all means, we admit. Prison correctional, 6 months to 6 years. And it's a fine of 2,000 pesos. If it is sedition,
Dinudurog niya rito si Binluan eh. Kasi sinasabi ni Binluan na itong kasong ito, hindi naman ito impeach. Yung sedition, inciting to sedition, hindi naman ito, impeachable offense. Kasi, pang lower court lang ito. No? Maliit lang yung penalty. Sa kasi, naalala ko noon, sa impeachment po kay ERAP, pinagtatalunan doon yung rules of court, rules on evidence. Ang sinabi nila dati hindi, nito ni Chief Justice Davide, sabi niya noon, meron silang term na binanggit noon, the liberality. No? Yung rules, hindi lahat ng higpit sa ebidensya ay i-adapt nila sa impeachment sapagkat hindi po ito hindi ito criminal court na kailangan ang mga akusasyon ay mapatunayan beyond reasonable doubt. May mo lang, parang sabihin natin, parang a preponderance of evidence. Papakita mo lang na merong ebidensya. Sinabi ba ni Sara Duterte yan? Diba? Yes, sinabi niya. Bakit niya sinabi? Diba? Ano yung state of mind niya? Bakit niya sinabi yun? Hindi na titignan doon na yun bang sinabi niya, may nilabag na batas. Hindi po lalaruin kasi sa impeachment court yung technicalities. Kasi ang technicalities po sa criminal court, ito po ay nakakapagpa-dismiss ng kaso. Katulad nung nangyari sa kaso ni Teacher Mas, ni Ronel Mas, yung teacher na nag-post sa kanyang Twitter account na noong 2020 na noong May 5, 2020 na magbibigay siya ng 50 million pesos sa makakategi Kidigong. Ay nako. Yun ay nabasura yun because of technicalities. Pero hindi yun nabasura because of its merit. Mamaya, we'll talk about that.
the same.
Yun ang sinasabi ni
NPC
Kapunan.
should be trying these crimes or the RTC. But that's not what this is all about.
Attorney Kapunan, with your indulgence, kindly
Last sentence.
take up the matter of the presentation of witnesses.
Correct.
Because that is the subject at hand.
So going back to why we are making
Dami.
this conversation, we have said, and I have said on behalf of the public prosecutors, Your Honors, that we will no longer be presenting Attorney Sulweka and Sulaika Lopez. And Your Honors, in addition, because the testimony of Captain Belinda Bello is merely corroborative. She would have been presented only to corroborate the fact that there was a transfer order made in the detention center and that transfer order had been the subject of the video or press conference of November 23, 2024. And so, Your Honors, we are also no longer going to call as a witness Captain Belinda Bello.
Tomorrow, what is calendared for our agenda is the disposition of the two requests for subpoena by the council.
Teka muna, Cheese.
Namely, motion for the issuance of a subpoena
Hey.
for bank record.
Okay, so yan na. Etong si Zulaika, ayun na, hindi na ho nila isasalang. Okay? So etong napakagaling, napaka-professional, napaka-cool, no? Napaka-barubal na diskarte ni Attorney Binluan ang nagpadali po ng trabaho itong prosecution. Tsaka hindi naman ganun kahirap yung kailangang patunayan ni Zulaika. Binanggit nga niya, 'di ba, na nandun ba siya sa ganito, 'di ba? Okay na 'yon. Okay, si Zulaika, yung nagsabi kanina na hindi siya board passer. Hindi po talaga board passer si Zulaika Lopez. Okay? Kasi po kapag kaabugas siya ang kinuha, ay bar examination po yung tawag. Okay? So, bar passer ang tawag. At sabi nga po ni attorney, Attorney Zulaika is definitely a bar passer and a licensed lawyer. And then yung kanyang preparatory ay Masscom na diyan pala siya sa PLM. Okay, and law degree niya sa San Beda, parehas sila ni Sarah. Okay? Ano yun? Ewan ko ba kung ano pinagdidebatihan nila. 'Di ba? May video nga. Tama ka, 'di ba? Kaya sabi ko nga yung unang witness ng prosecution, wala namang dahilan, hindi naman dapat pinag-uusapan pa doon yung authenticity ng video. Because never dinispute ni Sara Duterte yon na yon ay sinabi niya. Wala ding DDS kahit isa ang nagsasabi na yan ay AI video. 'Di ba? Maging yung may-ari po ng Zoom live streaming na yan na si Harry Roque, hindi rin yan tinatanggi. Pero pipilitan nila, 'di ba? Correct, no? Tama doon. Tama, Jen. Yun na yung mismong matibay na ebidensya. Yun na lang yung dapat tignan doon eh. Hindi yung technicalities. Ewan ko ba kay Chis, bakit in-apply yung mga rules na yan? Sasabihin man natin na paano pagka na-impeach si Sara? 'Di ba? Dahil lamang sa preponderance of evidence. Una-una, hindi nga dapat sila nasasangkot. Hindi rito pinag-uusapan na kailangan para matanggal ka, kailangan it must be proven beyond reasonable doubt. Hindi. 'Di ba? Matatanggal ka sa pwesto, mapaparusahan ka, mababan ka na sa public service, na hindi ka pa nadadala sa hukuman para ikaw ay litisin at hatulan ng walang pagsaalang-alang kahit 1% of 0.001% lang. 'Di ba? Ganun po kabigat ang maging public official, lalo na at maging kang impeachable officer ng bansa natin. Ganun dapat sila nag-iingat. 'Di ba? Kasi pagka nakulong na natanggal sa pwesto sa impeachment, so kakasuhan ng Ombudsman Sandigan Bayan. 'Di ba? Katulad yung nangyari kay Chief Justice Corona. 'Di ba? So na-impeach siya dahil guilty naman talaga. Nabigo siya na i-attach o magsubmiti ng kanyang yung mga dollar accounts niya sa kanyang SALED. Hindi niya nilagay. So it's a violation. So na-impeach siya doon. Pero pagdating doon sa ombudsman, papasok na lahat ng mga technicalities. Absuelto siya sa ombudsman. Walang kasong nakarating ng Sandigan Bayan. Kaya lang, bago yun na ibasura ng ombudsman, ala na, 'di ba? Tegi na siya. Hindi naman pwedeng ipalusot na bugso ng damdamin. Inulit-ulit pa nga ni Sara, ina-explain pa na conditional threat daw yon. Doon lalo na confirm na meron talaga siyang kinausap para patayin sila ni PBBM. Meron siyang video eh. So yung recently, di ba, china-challenge niya nga, is the revenge from the grave a crime? Gags ka pa. Nakuha pa talagang magtanong ng ganun eh. Hindi nga dapat niya ginagawa yun eh. 'Di ba? Kultura lang kasi talaga nila, nakalakihan nila eh. Yan ang tamang sabi ni Trillanes, itong mga taong ito, sisiga-siga itong mga to eh. 'Di ba? Just a matter of time, Sarah won't see the light of day. No joke, no joke.